Let us pray. Almighty God, in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the office of the leaders and parliament for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to behold your abundant favor. As your servant, you have pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all the matters that shall come and our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. I think everybody has the copy of the order paper. Clerk order.
Order number 1, administration of ward.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Members.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements. Status of development project in the financial year 2023-2024 by Nicholas Lorot.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to read my statement. Status of development project in the financial year 2023-2024. Pursuant to Standing Order 45-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the leader of the majority party regarding the status of the development project in the financial year 2023-2024. Honorable Speaker, infrastructural project is a vital driver of the development which contributes towards socio-economic development. Honorable Speaker, until June 2024, many infrastructure projects sponsored by the county budgetary allocation in financial year 2023-2024 did not took off or remain incomplete despite a huge percentage of the development budget was utilized. Number 1, step taken to ensure all development projects in the financial year 2023-2024 are implemented as it was approved in the budget estimate. Measures being taken to extend the completion of the main stall project within the county. Those are my questions to the relevant committee. I think, Mr. Speaker, in my ward, I have there is a class in game for tickets, not complete, and even in APCU, ELSA, not complete. And I think others 10 wards, we have many projects not complete. So we are urging the relevant committee to give us answers in this statement of development project in the financial 2023-24. Thank you.
Is it the relevant committee or the leader of majority? You need to make this.
Sorry. The leader of majority.
Thank you. I think in absence of the leader of majority, we have the deputy leader of majority in the house. So when do you think you can bring the same response to the house?
Honorable Speaker, because there are pertinent questions that have been asked, I'm asking for about 2 weeks so that we can bring a comprehensive report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The honor of the settlement, are you in agreement with that? 2 weeks.
Mr. Speaker, I think 2 weeks is enough. So I'm in agreement.
Okay. Next one.
Order number 8, motion stock bills, motion on the establishment of slaughterhouses in major trading centers by Honorable Kamila Warsame.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to move motion on establishment of slaughterhouses in major training center. That aware that it is responsibility of the county government as set out in part of the 4th schedule of Constitution of Kenya 2010 to execute the operation and function of the county slaughter/abattoir. Further aware that slaughterhouses was regulated by law to ensure good standard of hygiene are maintained to protect the spread of diseases through stringent sanitation protocols and innovative processing technique. Acknowledging that the already existing slaughterhouses are not furnished with appropriate equipment and lack of water supply hinders effective cleanliness, food safety, and quality of standard. Concerned that lack of slaughterhouses in several trading centers in the county will expose the resident to the risk of consuming uninspected meat, thus exposing the resident to health hazard. Therefore, the Assembly resolved that the County Executive Committee member for Agriculture, Livestock, and Fisheries to urgently 1. Construct slaughterhouses in all major towns within the county. 2. Rehabilitate the existing slaughterhouses by providing right equipment and ensure safety and standard are maintained. 3. Connect the existing slaughterhouses to a water supply. Mr. Speaker, sir, when I thought of bringing this motion to this house, Mr. Speaker, sir, it clearly shows that, Mr. Speaker, sir, we are getting in touch with our communities, Mr. Speaker, sir, in as much as the safety and their health is concerned, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are having a major project, which is abattoir under the Department of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Mr. Speaker, which is yet to complete, but it is a good percentage towards completion, Mr. Speaker, sir. But before this community of Isiolo get into use to that abattoir, Mr. Speaker, sir, we are rightly now using the slaughterhouses which are constructed in Isiolo municipalities and even areas outskirts of this town, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, as the motion is stated, the establishment of slaughterhouses in major training center means, Mr. Speaker, we have many trading centers, Mr. Speaker, which lack slaughterhouses, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it has become a major concern for us to see the establishment of these centers, Mr. Speaker, sir, can feature, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the community, for the committees concerned, maybe to have the plan of making the budget for those trading centers to have such kind of structures, Mr. Speaker, sir. Why is it important, Mr. Speaker, sir, for those trading centers to have such kind of structures, Mr. Speaker, sir? Mr. Speaker, sir, as we are seated here, and everyone knows, the 80% of the population of Isiolo, we are all pastoralists, Mr. Speaker, sir. And what we are depending on, it is the livestock, Mr. Speaker, sir. We used to sell our livestock, Mr. Speaker, sir, to get our children's school fees, Mr. Speaker, sir. We sell our livestock, Mr. Speaker, sir, to get our children or our families the food for Mr. Speaker, for consumption. We depend on the products of such livestock, Mr. Speaker, sir. But when we slaughter animals, Mr. Speaker, sir, at our doorsteps, without being inspected, Mr. Speaker, sir, because when the market price is low, Mr. Speaker, sir, these people, when the slaughterhouses are constructed in such rural centers, Mr. Speaker, sir, they have other opportunities to slaughter those animals, Mr. Speaker, sir, to their doorstep, Mr. Speaker, sir, to get what they are supposed to get, Mr. Speaker, sir. Remember, consumption of those, we are the consumers of those products, Mr. Speaker, sir. We need to have in mind the issues of zoonotic diseases, Mr. Speaker, sir. When those products are not inspected, when milk is not inspected, when meat are not inspected, Mr. Speaker, sir, look at the rate of our people becoming sick. We are wondering why is it our people are getting sick, Mr. Speaker, sir. And the major answers we are getting, we are consuming what is not supposed to be consumed, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, we need such kind of services at our doorstep, Mr. Speaker, sir. Remember, it also brings the development of rural centers, Mr. Speaker, sir, whereby the opportunities for youth and women are created when those structures are put in place in those areas, Mr. Speaker, sir. Remember how our youth are stranded. They engage in themselves in drugs abuse, Mr. Speaker, sir. Some of them, they involve in human traffic, Mr. Speaker, sir, which is against our law, Mr. Speaker, sir, just simply because of lack of job, Mr. Speaker, sir. When those structures are brought to our areas, Mr. Speaker, sir, our youth, our women get opportunities to develop themselves, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the level of poverty will be reduced, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, when we have such kind of structures, Mr. Speaker, equipping of local butchers with cold storage facilities, Mr. Speaker, sir, is another aspect where our communities are supposed to benefit, Mr. Speaker, sir. When we are making such kind of budget, Mr. Speaker, sir, when we are having such kind of structures in our area, Mr. Speaker, sir, equipping those areas with those cold storage, Mr. Speaker, sir, will reduce the rate of spoilage, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the rate of wastage. When the structures are there, Mr. Speaker, it is simple for us to put a small allocation. We know very well that the allocation of Isiolo County government is small. But when we try to put up that structure gradually, slowly, then thinking of equipping, Mr. Speaker, sir, it will be things of beneficial to our community, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm also concerned about the byproduct. Adding value addition, Mr. Speaker, sir, from the product we are getting from our livestock. Imagine hides, Mr. Speaker, sir, and skin. When we are thinking of hide and skin, not only to make the profit, Mr. Speaker, sir, we are also thinking of opening market opportunities, Mr. Speaker, sir, for locals and international consumers, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, the other aspect, it is issue of food safety and quality, Mr. Speaker, sir. When those products are respected, as I've earlier said, the quality and the safety of this food is paramount for the consumers, and we are the one who consume that, Mr. Speaker, sir. The deployment of public health officers or veterinary officers at those areas, Mr. Speaker, sir, will be an added advantage, Mr. Speaker, sir, so that our people will get quality of what they are consuming, Mr. Speaker, sir. the importance of inspection, Mr. Speaker, sir, the rate of reduction of such diseases, as I've earlier mentioned, the zoonotic diseases which are being, people get infected through consumption, it will be reduced, Mr. Speaker, sir. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg the honorable members in the House to add to this motion, Mr. Speaker, sir, as I ask you to sit down. Thank you.
Seconder.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipea nafasi niunge hii agenda mkono.
Are you standing to second or you are contributing?
Nasimama ku second the motion.
You know,
Muunga mkono.
the rule of the debate, Honorable Kiambi, and I think you guys, I told even the last time I was presiding, you can only stand and bow. When you continue talking, you have already finished your time. So once you go, you now reserve your time of debating later. So I think, Honorable Kiambi, you cannot continue with the motion without the speaker proposing. Once it is seconded. So I think you need to go back to your standing orders and get it right. I now propose the motion that aware that it is the responsibility of the county government as set out in part 2 of the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 to execute the operations and function of the county slaughter/abattoir. Further aware that slaughterhouses were regulated by law to ensure good standard of hygiene and maintained to protect the spread of diseases through stringent sanitation protocols and innovative processing techniques. Acknowledging that the already existing slaughterhouses are not furnished with appropriate equipment and lack of water supply hinders effective cleanliness, food safety, and quality standards. Concerned that lack of slaughterhouses in several trading centers in the county will expose the residents to the risk of consuming uninspected meat, thus exposing the residents to health hazards. Therefore, this assembly resolved that the county executive committee member for agriculture, livestock and fisheries to urgently 1. Construct slaughterhouses in all major towns within the county. 2. Rehabilitate the existing slaughterhouses by providing rights equipment and ensure safety and standards are maintained. Then 3. Connect the existing slaughterhouses to a water supply. The motion is open now for debate members. Honorable Kiambi.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipea hii nafasi nichangie hii agenda ambayo ni nzuri sana ambayo imeletwa na Mheshimiwa Kamila. Ya kwanza, unajua usafi ndio nzuri kwa kila mtu, kwa sababu huwezi kukaa kwa mahali mbaya utashikwa na ugonjwa ile mbaya. Pia unajua mimi nimeamka kuunga hii hoja mkono kwa sababu ni nzuri, na pia mimi zamani hapa nilikuwa na kazi yangu niko kaa slaughter pale na najua vile inaendelea. Kwa hivyo ni kuambia tu executive waendelee kufanya renovation kwa slaughterhouse ile iko, na pia kuendelea kujenga zingine, kwa sababu kuna wakati ya hiyo renovation ng'ombe inasimamishwa ama mbuzi kuchinjwa. Sasa mnatafuta na alternative slaughter ya kuchinjia, na hiyo alternative slaughter inaweza kuwa iko na mambo mingi ambaye veterinary na public health watembee huko. Kwa hivyo ni kuambia kila mahali slaughter iko watembee, waangalie ile kitu watu wanakula ni safi, na pia wanafaa watembee hata town kuangalia uchafi, kama uchafu injatupa huko nje hapa na pale kama vile ilikuwa juzi, kwa kwa sababu inaweza letea watu ugonjwa mbaya ambaye mtu hakuwa na hiyo ugonjwa, lakini akitembea kwa barabara anashikwa naye. Kwa hivyo ni mzuri watu waangalie, watu wale wanahusika waangalie ile kitu watu wanakula. Pia hata kwa soko wenyewe mahali vitu inauzwa, wanafaa watembee waangalie ile mboga inauzwa, nyanya, viazi kadhalika, kama iko pale mzuri ya kuuziwa. Kwa hivyo na hiyo ni kazi yao, sio tafadhali, hiyo ni kazi yao, watembee waangalie, kwa sababu ya kuchunga watu wetu wakule vitu safi. Pia kuna hata private slaughter wale, kwa sababu hapa Isiolo unaona hakuna mtu wako na private slaughter ambaye sana sana hapa town. Watu wanaweza kuapply private slaughter na pia na wanaitengeneza na wanaendelea naye kwa ng'ombe inaendelea kuchinjwa huko na mbuzi na ng'ombe na ngamia. Na pia hata hiyo ya private slaughter iwe na usafi, kwa sababu hiyo ndio njia tu ya kufuata ambaye watu wetu wapate vitu safi. Pia hata kama ile tauni zingine ndogo ndogo haina slaughter, wengine wanazingia nje mahali inakaa kama slab, watengenezewe slaughter, kwa sababu hiyo slaughter wakitengenezewa hata serikali ya kaunti itapata pesa, kwa sababu hiyo mbuzi ikichinjwa pale italipishwa pesa, ng'ombe ikichinjwa italipishwa pesa. Kwa hivyo watu wajengewe hiyo maslaughter kwa hiyo tauni kidogo kidogo. Na pia kwa sababu ni usafi, tunataka hiyo public health na veterinary wao wakitembea vijijini kuangalia ile manyumba ina choo yaanze kujengwa. Samani tulikuwa tunaambiwa bororia. Yaani bororia unajua ni nini? Ni public health. Wale ya kutembea na vijiji kuangalia kama mmeshimba sijui nini, kitu kama hiyo. Kwa hivyo watembee ili watu wetu wa Isiolo wakae safi na wakae mahali vizuri. Asante sana, naunga mkono hiyo hoja. Thank you.
Honorable Alima.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I raise to support the motion. Honorable Speaker, this motion is quite very relevant to us. As already said, we are 70% or more pastoral community. And if you see, in every village or area, especially the trading centers, Marti, Kina, Karbatula, or this area of central, especially the central business district, we have slaughterhouses. But what we know that since time immemorial, that slaughterhouse is the way it is, the way it was constructed, and there was no maintenance of the infrastructure. I can say from my area, like in Mirti, there was a slaughterhouse which was constructed long when I was young. It is less than even a room. You can say it's less than 10 by 12. It is small in size. Then there is no connection of water and any other facility. Even that, the pit where some organs were thrown, there's nothing like that. So I think it's time, because livestock is a default function. It's time to think improving the hygiene of our people, and also to propagate and to show in real action the importance of hygiene and also importance of our livelihood, because the source meat is one of the source of health problem if it's not well inspected and even hygiene not maintained. One is that, another one is about personnel. Previously, there was livestock extension officers, the animal health inspectors. There are people who are employed by national government and they are posted in those areas. I don't think as at now we have those officers in a good number. Maybe those who are available are the people who are almost due for retirement. So I think it's important to have more than one officer, extension officer or inspector, about animal health, about the public health, those who are concerned about the hygiene of our meat and also our environment. Those extension officers are very critical in maintaining good hygiene within the community. Still, in those periphery town, people are not enlightened up to now. Like in my area, the lower Cherab, you can go and you cannot find even a toilet in many households. People just use, the bushes when they are going for the nature calls. So if there were those officers at that level, I think by this time people were well conversed to construct latrines and they stay healthy, just an additional hygiene. And those areas also lack except like in Merti, where it's really populated, but the rest of the settlement, there is no slaughterhouse. And these people, every now and then, their main food is meat. In every aspect, they usually slaughter. Just imagine, they are at risk. So I'm standing to support the motion, and my request to the department is that we move a lot of very important motion to the community, but I have never seen, after it goes from here, I have never gotten any feedback in this house about what we debated, whether those things are acted upon. I think it's the role of the clerks, the respective clerks, to follow up and ensure that whatever we debate here, we get the response, whether it is done, there is no fund, or whatever response that we get, so that we know from there what move we are going to take. So I think we need to be a bit serious with our motion. Let's not sing here and when we move the motion and we don't know the feedback. So I'm urging our clerks to be proactive, and after we debate, to be able to go further into executive, so that they really know whether those debates which we do from here are being acted upon. Thank you.
Honorable Decker.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi pia nimeamka kuunga hii mjadala mikono. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii mjadala ni nzuri, na Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati wa kwanza kitambo sana Mheshimiwa Spika, hiyo slot yetu ya hapa Burat Ward hapa kwa Mheshimiwa Lorot ilikuwa imetengenezwa. Kabla itengenezwe hapo Mheshimiwa Spika, nafikiri sisi wote wale ambao labda tumezaliwa hapa Isiolo tunajua. Mheshimiwa Spika, tulikuwa na slot hapa hivi karibu na Desert Trail, hapa karibu na hospitali ya Dr. Kuti, na baadaye kidogo ikahamishwa, bado si tukiwa wadogo, ikahamishwa ikawa huko upande ya kambi Oda. Mheshimiwa Spika, hiyo sehemu, hiyo mahali imetengenezwa slota ni ndogo sana, ni wakati ile mji yetu ilikuwa ndogo. Saizi Mheshimiwa Spika, tumekuwa wengi na watu wa Isiolo saizi ni wengi. Hiyo slota haitoshi watu wa Isiolo Mheshimiwa Spika. Ukijaribu kuangalia Mheshimiwa Spika, hata za zile unakuja labda unataka kuchinja hapo hivyo unapata, yani hakuna vile hata unaweza saidika ndio uweze hata kuchinjwa hapo mbuzi ama hata ng'ombe, kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Spika haitoshi watu wetu wa Isiolo. Saizi butcher ni nyingi na watu wengi wanachukua hapo nyama Mheshimiwa Spika. Ukijaribu kuangalia upande mwingine Mheshimiwa Spika, hata kwa afya ni mbaya, kwa sababu haina maji, haina usafi, inakuwa ni mahali ambayo ni pachafu, iko na harufu. Mheshimiwa Spika, tukijaribu hata kama komiti akileta tuweze kwenda kufika hapo na kuiangalia, Mheshimiwa Spika, utapata huko ni kuchafu. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, nikiongezea ingine ni mambo ya mambo ya ulinzi. Mheshimiwa Spika, watu wetu wako kwa hali mbaya, kwa sababu unapata fisi ziko hapo usiku, haina fence. Mheshimiwa Spika, fisi, wanyama wote wanakuja hapo hivyo. Mheshimiwa Spika, hata ni kwa hatari kwa jamii ambayo wanaishi hapo karibu. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa hivyo sisi tunahofia hata watu wetu waweze hata kukuliwa na fisi, ama hata wapate shida nyingine kama ugonjwa, na hata kwa maisha yao ni hatari. Mtu hawezi pita hiyo barabara usiku, ama hata ikifika hivi masaa za jioni, Mheshimiwa Spika, unasikia fisi ikileo area. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ni hatari kwa jamii, tujaribu kuiangalia. Mheshimiwa Spika, asante.
Honorable Waithaka.
Asante sana Bwana Spika, naunga hii mjadala mkono, lakini kwanza na kushukuru Bwana Spika kuhusu maneno ya kamera katika hii nyumba. Unajua wananchi wengi wanafikiria kwamba kaunti ya Isiolo sisi kama ma-MCA hatufanyi kazi, lakini ni kwa vile hii nyumba hatukuangi tunakuwa covered. Sasa nashukuru sana the leadership ya hii nyumba kuhakikisha kwamba ile kazi ambayo tunafanya kuongea shida za watu wetu inaweza kuwafikia na wajue ile kazi ambayo sisi kama amesema yote kuhusu ile shida ambayo watu wetu wanapitia kuhusu kichinjio. Tunataka kila pahali kweli. Watu wetu wengi ni watu ambao wanakula nyama, wanapenda nyama, inakuwa ndio chakula yetu karibu ya kila siku. Na nakumbuka miaka ya zamani wakati ile sisi hapa tulikuwa matajiri in the 80s and kuelekea nyuma, wakati ile wizi ya ng'ombe haikuwa mingi, sisi ndio tulikuwa tunaweza kupea hata watu ya Nairobi. Maroli yale yalikuwa yanatoka hapa ikienda Nairobi na KMC zilikuwa mingi sana. So tungetaka pia turudi wakati ule tulikuwa na mifugo ya kutosha. Lakini nikiongelea maneno kuhusu vichinjio zinatakikana kweli zinajengwa, kwa vile kuna centers ambazo ni mingi ambazo zinajitokeza, zimeanza kuwa na watu, na ni muhimu sana kama hizo centers zingekuwa na vichinjio na wale maofisa ambao wanatakikana. Wakati wa zamani wakati ule vitu zilikuwa zinafanya kazi, kuna maofisa walikuwa wanaitwa bora afya, walikuwa nasunguka kila pahali, na wakati huo magonjwa mingi haikuwa inatokea. Sasa ni wakati ule ambaye tumeendelea, ama public health officers walikuwa kila pahali, hata huko ndani. Na sasa ni kama tulilegea hata hapa town. Kuna ulegefu fulani ambao iko, ama sijui kama ni maofisa hawatoshi, na ndio ingeepusha magonjwa mingi. Nakumbuka wakati ya corona, Honorable Speaker, Mheshimiwa Speaker, wakati ule watu waliweza kufanya hiyo hygiene, kila mtu, hata watu wengi hawakuenda hospitali, lakini magonjwa yaliweza kupungua. So ni ombi langu kama county tuweze kuhakikisha watu wetu wamejengewa hizo slaughter houses kwa every trading kwa kila trading center ambayo watu wanafanya biashara, ndio watu wetu waweze kukula. Hata kama ni hiyo nyama, tunajua ni nyama safi, ni nyama haina magonjwa, kwa vile wakati ule iko slaughter house public health officer anakuwa pale, Unajua nyama si kuangalia, hata mnyama akiwa ako hai, si wakati ule tu imechinjwa inatakikana inaangaliwa, kwa vile wao wako na ujuzi ya kujua ile mnyama mzuri. Wakati mwingi watu wetu wanakula, hata ni Mungu anatusikilia huruma kama huko ndani, na ile pia tunaweza sema watu wetu wako na ile ujuzi ya miaka mingi ya kujua nyama ile mbaya ama mzuri, lakini hatutaki kubahatisha. Wacha watu wetu wapate ile standard ya nyama ile inatakikana, na kwa kujengewa slaughterhouses huko ndani. Pia wakati mwingi tunasema pesa hatuna. Hiyo ni pahali pale tunaweza pata pesa yetu ile own source revenue tuweze kuiongeza. Wakati mwingine sisi tunatakikana kwa zile tuangalie ni pahali tuweke vitega uchumi pale tunaweza pata pesa kwa njia nyingi. Tukipeana service mzuri kwa watu wetu, hata county hii itaweza kupata pesa, na njia moja ya kupata hizo pesa ni katika hizo vichinjio. Mimi naona pahali kama hata Nairobi unakuta, ama Kiambu unakuta hata kuku ikipelekwa kwa kichinjio nini inapata pesa. Ni kuku ngapi ambazo tunachinja hapa Isiolo na tunaanza kusema hatuna pesa, na pesa iko. Ni sisi hatujui kuweza kutega hizo pesa tuweze kuingia katika mfuko wa county. Nikubalie tu kidogo, ni divert kidogo. Unaona kama hii maneno ya liquor license, kama county tunapoteza pesa mingi ambayo ingekuja, na si lazima tungekuwa tunategemea sana serikali kuu kwa vitu zingine kidogo kidogo, kwa vile budget yetu ingekuwa iko juu, na vitu kama hiyo, hata employment ya watoto wetu kuajiriwa, tunalia watoto wetu wamepotelea kwa madawa kule. Lakini sisi kama viongozi tunafanya namna gani ndio tuweze vijana wetu waweze kupata kazi? Na hizo ndizo ile njia ya kuweza kupata kazi, kama tutaweza kuzitengeneza, na vijana wetu na wasichana wetu wataweza kupata kazi. Na shukuru sana Honorable Speaker kwa kunipea nafasi kuongelea hii mjadala ambayo ni muhimu katika maisha ya watu wetu. Asante.
What is the mood of the House? You have debated excessively. I now put a question that aware that it is the responsibility. Oh yeah, sorry. The mover, can you reply?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for another opportunity to conclude on my motion, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, I want to thank all the honorable members in the House for their presence and for the wonderful contribution, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't have much to add, but Mr. Speaker, on the issue of connecting the existing slaughterhouses to the water supply, it is what I really wanted to emphasize on, Mr. Speaker, sir. This is part of waste management, Mr. Speaker, sir. If this waste product from these slaughterhouses, it is not well managed or well disposed, Mr. Speaker, sir, the issue of pollution, the environmental pollution, it is what will harm our community, Mr. Speaker, sir. We urge the department concerned, where I'm also a member to the committee, Mr. Speaker, to look forward the implementation of what is proposed to be a resolution of the House. Thank you.
The chairperson in charge of livestock, agriculture and fisheries. I think you have heard what Honorable Kamila have just suggested. through the motion and also what the members have contributed. So I think you need to vanish the house with the 3 concerns. I don't know whether do you need time to do that, or maybe when do you think you can do that one as a committee to make sure maybe how many slaughterhouses we have, how many are connected, how many are not connected. Those are the concerns raised by members. So when do you think maybe you can do that as a committee?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think Honorable Kamila is in this committee. I think 2 weeks is enough for the committee to sit with the CC, Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. So I think by 2 weeks is enough for me to furnish this house with the report.
Thank you. I now put a question that aware that it is the responsibility of the county government as set out in part of the second of the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 to execute the operations and function of the county slaughter/abattoir. Further aware that slaughterhouses were regulated by law to ensure good standard of hygiene and maintain to protect the spread of diseases through stringent sanitation protocols and innovative processing techniques, acknowledging that the already existing slaughterhouses are not furnished with the appropriate equipment and lack of water supply hinders effective cleanliness, food safety and quality standards. Concerned that lack of slaughterhouses in several trading centers in the county will expose the resident to the risk of consuming uninspected meat, thus exposing the resident to health hazards. Therefore, this assembly resolved that the County Executive Committee member for Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries to urgently 1. Construct slaughterhouses in all major towns within the county. 2. Rehabilitate the existing slaughterhouses by providing right equipment and ensure safety and standards are maintained. 3. Connect the existing slaughterhouses to a water supply. Will as many of the same opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next one.
That's all for today.
So, members, I think for those who have their standing orders, go to standing order 55. So that the next time we should not repeat the same. When a motion has been moved and if necessary seconded, the speaker shall propose the question thereon the same terms as the motion, and the debate then takes place upon that question. So I think you need to get to know to that, so that the next time you should not be making such mistakes. So having no any other business to transact today, the House stands adjourned until Tuesday next week at 2:30. Thank you.